Hi and welcome to Eyes on Carnivore. My name is Sean and today I wanted to talk a little bit about the NAC. NAC is the N-acetylcysteine and the study called NAC attack. Unfortunately, they've had a recent press release, saying that there's been no benefit with the product and they're suggesting for people to discontinue taking it. So that's discontinue taking the NAC. What I've done is I've posted on the Eyes on Carnivore Facebook group, so you can find that there, the original post. And I will also try to find the link for the original post by the group and put it in the description for you. So that's a bit unfortunate. There was some hope that the NAC product will provide a good antioxidant benefit, which will help reduce the progression of the vision problem that I have called retinitis pigmentosa. Whether that applies to other conditions, I'm not really at liberty to suggest any of that, but essentially the NAC attack study may be coming to an end, so look out for that. In recent couple of weeks, or actually recent couple of months, I've been researching another product. I have found that there's a lot of good information about it, and in fact it does a similar thing to what the NAC does as an antioxidant. It also has a number of other properties, and I think we should learn about that stuff now. Have you ever heard of a compound that started out as a fabric dye, then became a fish tank cleaner, and now might just be one of the most powerful mitochondrial enhancers ever discovered? Yeah, I'm talking about methylene blue, a bright blue chemical that's turning heads in neuroscience, longevity research, and even the world of vision and mitochondrial medicine. Now, before we get into it, a quick note. None of this is medical advice. It's for my education and curiosity only. I am sharing my story and not giving any personal advice. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know how much I care about understanding what supports the mitochondria, redox balance, and energy production, especially when it comes to eye health and neuroprotection. So a bit of history. Methylene blue was first synthesized back in 1876 by a German chemist named Heinrich Caro. At first it was literally used as a textile dye, a deep, vivid blue that stained everything it touched. But soon after, scientists discovered it wasn't just a pretty color. By the late 1800s, methylene blue became one of the first synthetic drugs ever used in medicine. It was used to treat malaria decades before antibiotics even existed. Later on, it was used for urinary tract infections, carbon monoxide and cyanide poisoning, and even methemoglobinemia, a condition where your blood can't carry oxygen properly. So right from the start, this blue dye showed it could interact with the body on a deep biochemical level, and not just by dyeing things blue. When I realised this stuff is an antioxidant, antibacterial, antimicrobial, antifungal, and helps your cells make energy and last longer, I had to look into it. Oh, and the drug companies won't research it as its patent has expired. They would have to do some reformulate tactic to make money out of it. Now here's where things get really interesting. Your mitochondria, those little powerhouses inside every cell, rely on an electron transport chain to create ATP, which is your body's cellular energy currency. But sometimes that chain doesn't run efficiently. Electrons leak, oxidative stress builds up, and energy output drops. This is where methylene blue comes in like a backup generator. Methylene blue acts as an alternative electron carrier. In plain English, it helps move electrons more efficiently through the mitochondrial chain, especially when the normal flow is disrupted. It can actually donate and receive electrons, kind of like a rechargeable battery. When your mitochondria are stressed from aging, inflammation, or toxins, methylene blue helps keep the lights on. Imagine a highway of light waves where tiny mitochondria race along, producing electrical sparks of ATP energy. Methylene blue is like a traffic controller, keeping the flow smooth and preventing energy gridlock. That's why it's been called a redox cycler. It literally supports the reduction-oxidation balance that defines cellular energy metabolism. The eyes and visual cortex are among the most energy-hungry parts of the human body. Even at rest, the visual system consumes a significant share of the brain's total energy. The brain itself uses roughly 20 watts on average, and estimates suggest that up to a third of that is devoted to processing vision. That means your visual system can be running on around 6 to 8 watts constantly, whether you're awake, dreaming, or resting, making it one of the body's biggest power users. Redox balance is the body's way of keeping oxidation and reduction reactions in harmony. Several studies show that methylene blue can help reduce oxidative stress and support neuronal function. In animal studies, low doses of methylene blue have been shown to increase mitochondrial respiration, improve memory retention, enhance ATP production, and reduce brain inflammation. Brilliant! This stuff sounds even better than the NAC, which, as I mentioned, has not been found to be effective. A 2020 study in Frontiers in Cellular Neuroscience found that methylene blue increases cytochrome oxidase activity, the enzyme responsible for the final step in mitochondrial energy production. In simple terms, it helps your brain cells make energy more efficiently. There's even research showing it may help protect neurons after traumatic brain injury and stroke, because it helps keep energy production going when oxygen supply is low. Now, as someone with a vision impairment, this is the part that really catches my attention. Vision depends heavily on mitochondrial health. Your retina is one of the most energy-demanding tissues in the body. Every photoreceptor cell is packed with mitochondria because they're constantly regenerating visual pigments and transmitting light signals to the brain. A 2012 study published in Investigative Ophthalmology and Visual Science explored how methylene blue interacts with retinal tissue. It found that methylene blue can help reduce oxidative damage in retinal ganglion cells, the cells that carry visual information from the eye to the brain. Check the description for a link to that study. Another Biomedicine's 2024 study showed methylene blue could improve mitochondrial membrane potential and increase survival in retinal cells exposed to oxidative stress. That one's also linked below. While I didn't find any direct clinical trials yet proving that methylene blue can prevent or help restore lost vision, the research is clear. It supports the same systems that are vital for retinal survival and neuroprotection. For me, I have a few things in my favour already. With an anti-inflammatory and nutrient-dense carnivore diet. As I have tested with the CKM, I am in ketosis and can raise BHB levels via exercise and fasting. My body's repair system is activated with autophagy plus so much more. What if I do the MB as well? Should I give it a good go? Tell me what you think. It's not just researchers and longevity geeks who are taking notice. People like US Secretary of Health and Human Services, Robert F. Kennedy, and Rick Rubin, the legendary music producer, have spoken publicly about using methylene blue. They describe mental clarity, focus, and energy improvements, like the fog is lifted and the lights are turned back on. Many in the biohacking and longevity space use methylene blue at microdoses, tiny amounts that tint the tongue blue for a short time but have long-lasting cognitive effects. You'll often see it paired with photobiomodulation or red light therapy, since light can actually enhance its redox cycling effects, something Dr. Jack Kruse has talked about extensively. The half-life I have heard is between 4 and 7 hours, so I would take it in the morning, and if doing a second dose, then maybe around 12, so there is plenty of time for it to wear off before bed. I don't take any medication or drink coffee, so I'm not too concerned. Apparently there are some other drug interactions. The precaution with any drug, and especially if there are multiple drugs like antidepressants, is to get advice from a doctor. But I just walked into a supplement store and picked up some in a 30 milliliter dropper. Hey, it wasn't cheap either at nearly $50 for this little jar. Now, since I live and breathe the carnivore and ketogenic lifestyle, one of my first questions was, does methylene blue interfere with ketosis? Turns out, not at all. Methylene blue actually seems to complement ketogenic metabolism beautifully. Both ketosis and methylene blue enhance mitochondrial efficiency and reduce oxidative stress. Ketones supply cleaner fuel, less ROS, less inflammation. Methylene blue keeps the mitochondrial machinery running smoothly, even under stress. So together, they're like a hybrid engine upgrade, cleaner, stronger, and more efficient. As always, I approach things like this carefully. I picked up a liquid methylene blue supplement from a local shop. The label provides clear dosing instructions, 5 to 10 drops, not milliliters. I have heard dosing at 0.5 milligrams per kilogram of body weight. I've also heard up to 4 milligrams, but these are possibly intravenous doses at a hospital setting, so I am sticking with the label recommendation. I will start off with a small dose and see how it goes. If you're experimenting yourself, make sure it's pharmaceutical or USP grade, not the industrial stuff used for fish tanks. Purity matters here a lot. Heavy metals are the issue here, so I am getting the good stuff and will shop around for a high quality product suitable for human consumption. For my own testing, I'll start with the lowest possible dose, likely 1 drop initially, and then go up to 4 drops diluted in water, and monitor any changes. I am looking for changes in visual clarity, cognitive focus, mood, energy levels, and sleep quality. I'll also be watching for any changes in light sensitivity or eye comfort, since that's a key area of interest for me and my RP journey. Oh, and the chromatopsia thing, that is still occurring, although it seems beneficial and possibly related to taking the NAC, which I'm going to stop taking that. I may have to do a video about the NAC attack study, as what I read was sounding like a caution statement to not take it. Today, methylene blue is being explored for an incredible range of conditions, from Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's, to long COVID, chronic fatigue, and neurodegeneration. In low doses, it acts as an antioxidant and mitochondrial enhancer. But at high doses, it can actually become pro-oxidant, which is why dose control is critical. Moderation is key. Too much of any drug, like 5 cups of sugar, will kill a small child. Yes, sugar is a drug, so if you're exploring this path, remember, more is not better. The magic of methylene blue is in its hormetic zone, that sweet spot where it nudges your cells to adapt and become more resilient. Some big names in the longevity space have been talking about this stuff, and I have started a playlist which is linked at the end of this video. Methylene blue isn't just some old chemical, it's a perfect example of forgotten science rediscovered. From its origins as a textile dye to its rebirth as a mitochondrial therapy, it shows how the simplest molecules can have the deepest impact. It's like turning on a forgotten switch inside your cells, one that recharges the power grid, stabilizes redox flow, and maybe, just maybe, supports the delicate systems behind vision and cognition. So if you're like me, fascinated by how light, electrons, and metabolism shape our biology, methylene blue might just be one of the most exciting molecules to explore. Check the description below for the links to all the studies I mentioned, and as always, keep questioning, keep experimenting, and keep seeking the light. Well, there you go. I hope you learnt a little bit more about methylene blue. I certainly have, always do. And Jimmy is now going to come and help me take some of the stuff. Jimmy, if you can give us a hand.
I sure can.
Thank you, mate. So what we're going to do is measure it out. I think we're going to do 5 drops today, and in the future I'll ramp it up a little bit more. This one says take up to 10 drops per day, so we'll do that. We're going to do 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoa. Okay guys, if you like this content, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, make it ring a ding ding.
So blue.
And yeah, let's bottoms up. Thanks for watching.
Yes, sir.
Fingers crossed, you'll catch me in the next one. Slight taste. Okay.